There are probably, thousands of people watching this right now that, probably don't understand that selling is a big component of the function of design, and these are designers, right? And we really want them to try to think about walking into their next meeting and not just presenting where you're presenting like an Excel spreadsheet, right? No, you want to really pitch. You want to get people excited about this thing. What are some steps they can take to think about the audience, to make sure that they're tailoring the message? What is the medium of presentation that they should be thinking about? And then, are there things that they should be saying? Should they be focusing on the process? Should they be talking kind of long-term, here's what we're going to do in the next 6 months? Or, hey, here's how we start next week and you're going to be a part of it. Like, what are the things that they should be thinking about there?
One of the things I've come to realize is that as designers, essentially, we're storytellers. Whenever you enter a meeting, you're telling a story. Sometimes it'll be a short story, sometimes it's a longer story. But a story builds up, has different ways of going through its narrative. And I think that's where the key is. You start out with thinking about it as a story. So as an introduction, as a plot. And now I'm getting a little, detailed about it. Don't go write a novel or something. But I think you have to take people along the journey. And even though that sounds kind of, silly, it's rooted in reality. Because most folks that look at a design are fresh to it. Sometimes they don't even have context. So, even if it's a small thing. So I think the minute you think of it as a story, you start to be more mindful about how you're going to tell that story, because you can't just go in. Because it's, the alternative is throw up a few screens and you're rambling on one screen for 10 minutes and then suddenly you're like, oh wait, I need to move on to the next thing. And then, we've probably all been in those design reviews that turn into a bit of a chaos, and then everyone is chiming in and you covered 2% of what you actually want to cover. So I think that's important. Now, I think everyone does it a little differently, and I don't have a set process how you communicate. So there's different times you use different techniques, but clarity is important, and hitting some points that you want to hit, and also leaving a design review with some amount of assurance, like, okay, this is what we're going to do next, or this is how we going to evolve this. Or, worst case scenario, the story was terrible and you just start over. And that happens too, and that's okay.